We want to invite folks to come over to the hall. We're going to play a set of music now. We are the Drum Brothers. Three of us are based in Arlie, just 5 minutes away. This is like the perfect performance experience for us. Just right across the valley. A little upriver is where I often go trout fishing in the evening on the Jocko River. It's such a beautiful valley. It's such a blessing to have Ewam here in the Arlie Valley. Forever grateful for that decision to be here. And forever grateful for everyone for joining us this afternoon for this Peace Festival. And isn't this new hall wonderful? Wow. Yeah. We're going to start with a welcome song, traditional welcome song from Guinea, West Africa, to the rhythm Jole. The drummers have reunited for the celebration, have reunited for this Peace Festival. Hear them play the djembe drums, the dunun drums, the tone box, the shekere, the nanga bell, the gangokui bell. Come celebrate this afternoon as we celebrate peace. And for us, our practice is rhythm. With rhythm, you find harmony in nature, harmony within the systems of your own biology, harmony in culture. It's time to do it, people. We need to be stewards on this planet. Let's do it together. Lai lai ko korobe, 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 mami watone. Aya, siko lelele ko. Aya, siko laiko, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Kyle, you could bring the vocal monitor level down just a little bit, please. Vocal level down a little bit. Thank you. Lai lai ko korobe, 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 mami watone. Aya, siko lelele ko. Aya, siko laiko, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Ha ha ha. Lai lai ko korobe, 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 mami watone. Aya, siko lelele ko. Aya, siko laiko, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Lai lai ko na, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Wawango, siko laiko. Oh! Little more of those dununs in the monitor, please. korube, 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 mami watone. Chico leleleko, chico laiko, chico laiko. Wawango, chico laiko. You can help us out with Wawango, chico laiko. Wawango means have big energy with the drums tonight. So I'll point to you. Lai lai ko korube, 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 mami wantone. Chico lelele ko, chico laiko, chico here we go. Wawango, chico laiko. Oh yeah, let's do that one more time. Lai lai ko korube, 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 mami wantone. Chico lelele ko, chico laiko, chico here we go. Wawango, chico laiko, lai laiko na, chico laiko. Wawango, chico laiko, wawango, chico laiko. Everybody, wawango, chico laiko. Wawango, chico laiko. everybody. Taki gamala, 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 taki gamala.
That was Tracy Topp on the cajon there.
Michael Marcelic on the Dunun drums. Lawrence Duncan on the pandero. Ravi on the Gengokui. And I'm Matthew. Thank you.
What a wonderful room to play in. This is a beautiful space here, this Peace Pavilion.
How's it sounding out there?
Yeah. Those of you that are outside, there's at least 20 open chairs in here. If you want to come inside and sit down, you're welcome.
Also plenty of floor space if you feel the need to move along to the music.
That's right. We're Drum Brothers. You can follow us online, of course, Facebook and all that. We have a website, drumbrothers.com, where we have listings of all the activities we're up to, a lot of teaching and working in the schools and various concerts and things. And coming up again in November, we have another retreat. We usually do 1 or 2 weekends every year where we gather for 3 to 5 days and live in the world of rhythm. So you can check that out online. Next one's coming up the week before Thanksgiving, right? Yeah. At Boulder Hot Springs. That's going to be a fun one. Go to drumbrothers.com for more.
So I want to mention something amazing with the Drum Brothers if you haven't seen it already, which is we have 2 new members, my lovely wife, Tracy Top. Now I know there's a name issue, but Drum Brothers is just like so ingrained. We've been having Drum Brothers, so now it's Drum Brothers plus Power Woman. Or something. You guys can help us out, we'll figure it out, because she's just bringing in so much energy. And our son, Ravi. And it's just, this next piece kind of shows you some of the things that we're able to do. I mean, we've always done some pretty interesting mixes of different sounds and kind of fusions of styles too. But, you know, as the main writer for the group, when we get this configuration together, suddenly new ideas come out. And that's where this next piece came from, a new kind of expression of what we can do. For lack of a better term, it's called Cuckoo Origin, because the origin of this came from this great song to the rhythm cuckoo that I started to hear this bass line. Of course, Ravi could play it in a snap. So anyway, this is called Cuckoo Origin, for lack of a better word. Hope you enjoy it. di bada fontaine nye, kukue ni karabora. Hey, kukue ni karabora. Di bada fontaine nye, kukue ni karabora. Hey, kukue ni karabora. Di bada fontaine nye, kukue ni karabora. Hey, kukue ni karabora. Di bada fontaine nye. So for the last 2 years, I've gone down to Sahuarita, Arizona, south of Tucson, to be a part of a border conference down there. And Sahuarita has a group called the Good Samaritans who are bringing water out into the desert for those folks who have crossed into our country, into our side of the border, and to help those people to survive because there are lots of deaths in the desert. And first year I went down there, I was really inspired by this question of our origins here in the United States of America, and of course the indigenous genocide that we riddled all over the continent. But the fact that we're all border crossers, right? All of our ancestors came across borders to get here. And I was really struck by Emma Lazarus's poem, The New Colossus. It was written for the dedication of the Statue of Liberty. You probably heard it in the news recently because someone was trying to take that great poem and twist it and say that, yeah, we'll let you across our border, but you have to kind of prove yourself economically. And let me tell you, my ancestors, when they crossed this border, I had Irish ancestors who crossed right through New York, saw the statue, and they had nothing. And they got jobs in labor, worked the railroads across into Wisconsin, then started logging, then started farming. And so many of us have those stories in our lives. And so I just realized I need to set that poem to music. So we're going to give it a rendering here. And she titled the poem The New Colossus because one of the 7 wonders of the world, some of you may know in history, is the Colossus of Rhodes that only lasted, they say, a couple of years before it fell over. But you'll hear in the poem, she's saying, not like the Colossus of Greek fame. And she's referring to that in the poem. If you haven't heard the whole poem, it's really interesting, so I think you'll enjoy it. Of course, we're all familiar with the one lyric that everyone quotes, and we're going to have you help us sing that with us if you would be so kind. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, whose conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, mother of exiles, from her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command. Mother of exiles, from her beacon hand worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor. your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores, send these the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores, send these the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden dawn. I lift my lamp beside the golden dawn. I lift my lamp beside the golden dawn. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores, send these the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. Everybody sing that. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores, send these the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp. I lift my lamp beside the golden dawn. I lift my lamp beside the golden dawn. I lift my lamp beside the golden dawn. Give me your tired, your poor, everybody. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Sing that 3 more times. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning. The reality is it's one world. It's one world. It's man-made human borders that are a big, big problem on planet Earth right now, especially as we're facing environmental cataclysm, right? We have to cross borders, we have to become united, and we need to institute policies to preserve our planet. Dharma, right action on planet Earth, everybody. Let's do it. I can preach a little bit to this crowd, can't I? Years ago, I took a trip, as some of you have done in this crowd, down south of Salmon, Idaho, to Goldbug Hot Springs. How many of you have been to Goldbug? If you have not been to Goldbug, you should go because it's wonderful. And I'm sitting in a hot pot that overlooks a valley. And of course, when you're sitting in that kind of situation, soaking in all the elements of nature around you, you start to have philosophical thoughts about the impermanence of this world and how it's so brief, this lifetime, so you got to be as present as you can right now. It's right now. We have to do it. And it's a practice. I'm not that good, but I'm working on it. And I wrote this song all those years ago up on the mountain in the hot
We're going to ask
water.
you to sing with us on this one, too.
Yeah, we're going to do calm response, so you get the idea. We are only a moment. We are only a moment in time. We are here for just so long.
We are here for just so long.
Soon we'll sing another song.
Soon we'll sing another song.
So take what comes and let it go.
Take what comes and let it go.
'Cause we'll be moving on, you know.
'Cause we'll be moving on, you know.
And sing hey ya, and sing hey ya to pass the time. Hey ya, singing hey ya. We are only a moment in time. Don't hold on to what has been.
Don't hold on to what has been.
That may be the greatest sin.
That may be the greatest sin.
Just treat each day like it were new.
Just treat each day like it were new.
That seems to be the best thing to do.
That seems to be the best thing to do.
Sing hey ya, and sing hey ya to pass the time. Hey ya, singing hey ya. We are only a moment. We are only a moment. We are only a moment in time. Look carefully at where you are.
Carefully at where you are.
When you go, will you leave a scar?
When you go, will you leave a scar?
'Cause all the world's a sacred place.
'Cause all the world's a sacred place.
Live consciously and leave no trace.
Live consciously and leave no trace.
Sing hey ya, and sing hey ya to pass the time. Hey ya, singing hey ya. We are only a moment in time. All of us are part of one.
All of us are part of one.
Revolving world underneath the sun.
Revolving world underneath the sun.
And all of life, it comes and goes.
All of life, it comes and goes.
Every little part of nature knows.
Every little part of nature knows.
Sings hey ya, and sings hey ya to pass the time. Hey ya, singing hey ya. We are only a moment. We are only a moment. We are only a moment in time. Let's do that again. And sing hey ya, and sing hey ya to pass the time. Hey ya, singing hey ya. We are only a moment. We are only a moment. We are only a moment in time. Na, 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 na. How's everyone doing? You like singing? Feel good? I want to bring in one of the most powerful instruments human beings have devised on planet Earth to bring you some peace from down under, some deep drone to ground you, to bring you right here, right now. If you're not already there, then... We're going to close with this piece from Mali, West Africa. This is an initiation rhythm which is played in its entirety every 7 years. And among the Bambara of Mali, they believe that we live our lives in 7-year cycles. And now it's been found that there's actually circumception patterns of cellular growth. Isn't that interesting? Especially in cartilage, like your ears and your nose. So as I'm getting older, my ears are getting bigger, but every 7 years. And there's other growth and change. And you think of those 7-year cycles of emotional and energetic change in your life. And this rhythm speaks to that. So we're going to close with this called Gomba. I'd like to have this group over here. We're going to do this. Goom, goom, get, goom, goom, get, goom, goom, get, goom, goom, get, goom, goom, get. You guys hold that one. And this half over here, we're going to do a heartbeat. Ding, 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 ding. It's a 2/3 polyrhythm. You have 3 lobes in one lung and 2 lobes in the other. Did you know that? When you take a breath, you're breathing this interval. It's a perfect fifth. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Gomba, 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 yeah. every 7 years, I turn you. Gomba, 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 every 7 years. Your cells to rearrange you. Gomba, gomba, yeah. Gomba, gomba. Feel the fire turn you. Gomba, feel the fire move you. Yeah, gomba, hey, 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 hey.
good enough. Make a little more. Drum Brothers. What a fantastic performance. Now here an encore. We got an encore, ladies and gentlemen. Now they're scrambling to figure out what they're going to play.
We're going to do this famous song that was made famous in this country years ago by the great emissary of West African drumming, Babatunde Olutunji. And some of you may have known his Drums of Passion album that in the 1950s actually inspired the bebop players of New York at the time. Check. And this is his song to the train man, and the translation is, Aki Wowo, engineer of the train, take me back home to the land of my mother, take me back home to the land of our fathers. So it's kind of homecoming. Song to the Train Man by Olutunji. Like the dancing. Aki wo wo, olokoile. Aki wo wo, olokoile. Yo wo bemi dele, yo wo bemi dele, ile baba mi. Aki wo wo, olokoile. Aki wo wo, olokoile. Aki wo wo, olokoile. Yo wo bemi dele.
Aki wo wo, holokoile. Aki wo wo, holokoile. Yo wo pemi dele, yo wo pemi dele, ile baba mi. Aki wo wo, holokoile. Aki wo wo, holokoile. Aki wo wo, holokoile. Yo wo pemi dele, yo wo pemi dele, ile baba mi. Aki wo wo, holokoile. Oh, Sheo, holokoile. Oh, Sheo, holokoile. Oh, Sheo. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Steve, for the great sound. Thank you.
Excellent job.
Good afternoon, everybody. Tashi Delek. I think everyone is leaving now. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to say something what I'm supposed to say. My name is Namchak Dorje. I'm just personal secretary to the founder of the Buddha Garden, His Eminence Tulku Sang-ngag Rinpoche, the founder of the Ewam International organization, religious organization. So he founded this beautiful the garden of 1,000 Buddhas. And its sole purpose is to promote peace and harmony all over the world. So in order to have peace and prosperity, peace and harmony, we all know that we need wisdom, right? We need wisdom and compassion. So the name of the organization that we have right now, it's called Ewam. It means, it's in Sanskrit. Ewam means wisdom and method. Ewam means wisdom and method. So it's perfect. And what we have here, everything in this garden, all these statues, all the stupas, and all the prayer flags, everything, it's a representation or symbolism of the wisdom and method, you know. So it's a perfect topic that we have chosen this year. As a wisdom, we need everything wisdom. Everything is wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. If we don't have wisdom, then everything is problem, everything is suffering. Yeah, everything comes because of due to the lack of wisdom, right? So, so wisdom. Since I can, my background comes from learning the philosophical text of Buddhism. So maybe let me share a little bit about, if those of you interested, I'm going to share a little bit about the wisdom that is taught in Buddhism. So in Buddhism we have this what do we call this? In the Buddhist scriptures, we talk about two kinds of wisdom. Wisdom in a relative way, in an ultimate sense. you know. So, yeah, of course, wisdom is a kind of mindset, right? That how the discriminating knowledge that we are able to discriminate between the bad and good, you know, what to do, what to abandon, what to take. So that's normally the in a relative way of defining wisdom, right? So if using of sense, good sense of judgment, so that's what we call wisdom. And but in ultimate, Buddhism has interpretation in an ultimate way of the ultimate way of interpreting the wisdom. So in Sanskrit it's called, in Sanskrit we call the wisdom prajna. And when it's in ultimate, when it transcends all these ordinary thoughts like hatred, anger, you know, all desire, all this, when the wisdom transcends all these ordinary emotions, disturbing emotions, then it becomes the ultimate wisdom that we call prajna paramita, wisdom that's gone beyond, you know. We call also jhana. So in fact, the one big statue in the center of this garden, it's called prajna paramita. It means great mother, you know. So it means wisdom. Wisdom that's transcended all the thoughts, all the ordinary thoughts, like adventitious thoughts, negative thoughts. That's called so prajna paramita, ultimate wisdom, and that's called the great mother. Why? Because all these 1,000 Buddhas in this garden were born because of upon realizing this the principle of wisdom and method represented by this prajna paramita statue. So in fact, in Buddhism, one school of Buddhism we call Vajrayana Buddhism, we have all these deities. You can see a lot of deities. There are different kind of deities. They are none other than wisdom and compassion. They are representing this one. Upon realizing this method, we gain the wisdom. So all these practices, all things like all the methods, systems, they're actually meant to get to the point where we realize the wisdom, right? Wisdom. And wisdom is not an outside thing that we can explore it. It's an inside thing, inner exploration. We try to realize our innate nature, you know, with that's as the thing called ultimate nature of. That's called enlightened mind. That's called enlightenment. That's called Buddha. That's called, sometimes it's called, in Buddhism we call it interdependent origination, you know, emptiness. We have all sort of terminologies to, you know, define this ultimate wisdom. So all the things come to us like the wisdom. Like wisdom is like infinite ocean, where all the tributaries merge into, flow into, you know. So if we have wisdom, we have everything. We have everything. Like it's worth than trillions of dollars or mountains of golds. Wisdom is everything. If you have everything, if you have wisdom, you have everything. But it's easier to be said than done. So it's how do we get the wisdom? How do we get the wisdom? Even like I can speak something, utter something about wisdom, but how can you make sure that I have wisdom? And how can you make that? How can you make it wisdom? What do you think? Do you think you can make wisdom? You can buy it? You can get it from somewhere else? No, until and unless we try to change it, we try to contemplate. So that's called meditation. So meditation doesn't mean, sit upright, straight, maintain the posture, don't talk, don't move, don't breathe, or it's not like that. Meditation means, you know, we try to get oriented. We try to get oriented with this system, method of getting the wisdom, realizing the ultimate nature of your mind. That is the wisdom. That is the practice. That is the system. So that's why. So all these Buddhist things, Buddhism can be subsumed into these two things. Wisdom and method. Wisdom and method. No other is required to define Buddhism. So this is very difficult to classify Buddhism into a religion, you know. So just wisdom and method. And if you have wisdom and method, so when we say method, it's another thing, it's a compassion. We are referring to compassion. Because when you have realization of the ultimate wisdom, this compassion is automatically there, automatically comes with it. You cannot separate at all. It's impossible to separate compassion from the wisdom. But for beginners, we have to contemplate, we have to try to make it all compassion, love, sympathy. We have to develop. Afterwards, finally, when you get used to, when you get mastery over this practice of meditation, all these things, the wisdom, when you have the wisdom, the compassion automatically comes. When there is sun rays, you know. So it's, for example, the classic analogy that Buddhism is, we find in the Buddhist scripture is of the wisdom is the brilliant sun. The sun is there in the sky, shining luminous, and all these other ordinary thoughts like anger, hatred, desire, all these kind of disturbing emotions, they are adventitious thoughts. They are called adventitious or negative thoughts, obscuring. So they are all temporary. So it can be, sooner or later, it can be removed. It automatically disappears. And if it doesn't, we have to try. We have to try. Don't go after the anger, hatred, all these emotions. Then you're at the wisdom. You will get to the point of wisdom, you know. So you see. So what is it? So it seems like you're doing nothing, right? You don't get angry, don't get attached. You have no emotions. Then you get to the wisdom. See. So actually, it say that if you get addicted to something, it's not good. You become extremist, right? But if you get addicted to nothing, I think that's good, yeah. There's no problem. So the result is also nothing, right? So, but there's nothing doesn't mean there isn't anything. There is, when you have such kind of realization, this then I told you the compassion. Yeah, compassion. Compassion automatically arises. So it's not a void wake. So you know. So yeah. So like most of the time when we are like when I was young, studying in a Buddhist institute, I was always talking and thinking about all this abstract topic, you know, emptiness, compassion, love, and we can't see it. But yeah, it's not really like that. It's not abstract or vague, right? I'm from Bhutan, so there's a proverb saying in Bhutan that the arrow of wisdom is not seen shooting, but we can see it hit the target. Yeah, so we can feel all this effect, result of the wisdom and compassion, right? All these things, the problems that we have right now at this time, it started because of all this maybe lack of wisdom. Somebody, maybe like in our history, somebody started something because of anger, hatred, desire, greed, and all that. And then we have all these negative results right now, right? It's like conflict between countries, people, different nations, all these things. Somewhere else started because of not having wisdom, right? Lack of wisdom, not using wisdom. And we are enjoying these very good things right now because someone somewhere else in our history started because of this good wisdom. So we have it. So that's called what we call karma, action, you know. Because of past negative action, we have the result of this peace, harmony, and all these things for our personal society. Because of our negative actions in the past, we have all these things. So whether we have wisdom or not having wisdom, it makes a big difference, right? So that's why. So that's the result or the immediate result or long run result of having wisdom or not having wisdom. For example, if you have wisdom, even like if you have wisdom, you will. What will happen? Your all this uncertainty, dilemma, doubts, everything will be dispelled immediately, right? When we don't have these things, wisdom, then everything is occurring So that's what wisdom does. So yeah, it doesn't have to be. Yeah, so that's what Buddhism's talking all about: wisdom and method, wisdom and compassion, and that's what we call the ultimate nature of your mind. That is the enlightened quality. So that's why whatever we have in this Buddha garden, this main purpose of having this wonderful sacred place, the Garden 1000 Buddha, is to, as I said, promote peace and harmony in this world. By whoever comes to the garden, just sit in the garden, they are supposed to reflect about this principle: wisdom and compassion, wisdom and love. So when this thing is these stupas and statues remind us, they try to remind us, they refresh our nature of mind, the enlightened qualities of mind. So that's how it's related with our topic, our environment, our place, and our main main aim of having this beautiful garden here in Montana early. So yeah, so now I don't know what I'm speaking. I'm very nervous. I forgot everything. So if I speak more, I think from wisdom it will turn to boredom. So I think yeah, that's what I think that's all what I meant to say. So yeah, I don't think I have much things left to say now. So yeah, whatever. So His Holiness Dalai Lama, the picture that we have, he's the main image. He's the one who is promoting peace and non-violence, and that's what we need in this contemporary world. Yeah, that's if we have that, then yeah, we don't have to have war. Everything, yeah, everyone, for example, so yeah, if we have this wisdom and everyone is trying to contemplate that, we won't have like all this, all these problems, like say the personal problem like depression, loneliness, everything can be cured by, so you don't have to have separate psychiatrists, you will be your own psychiatrist. Yeah, you will be your own doctor, your boss, you don't have to rely on anyone else. And we don't have to fight war, battle, anything. So yeah, but remember, wisdom is always accompanied by compassion. So wisdom is non-separable, like girlfriend or boyfriend, I don't know, of the wisdom. So yeah, I remember, so what we have in Tantric Buddhism, we have deities, right? Those female and, you see, that one is female deity. And yeah, they're male and female union, all these deities, they represent, so all the female deities, they represent the wisdom. All the male deities, they represent compassion. So they're combining together. That's union, it means inseparable of wisdom and compassion. It's yeah, when there is union, don't just think of all these tantric things. Don't think of Kama Sutras and all these things, you know. Just think of inseparability of compassion and union. That's it. So it's not outside. You have to get inside. You are supposed to explore inside, realize, get into it, oriented with it. You know, yeah. If you are looking for a miracle or something very adventurous, try to look into it yourself and explore it. It doesn't matter whether you are Buddhist or non-Buddhist or it doesn't matter whether you're Christianity, Islam, doesn't matter. This love and compassion, this is a universal principle we have. So I'm sure that every religion, every faith, they're promoting this, and every preacher, every master, they're like, with a different method, different systems, they're trying to promote that. They're trying to get it to there. So, yeah, this whole purpose of Buddhism is that. That's it. Yeah, nothing more than that. So, that's what I want to tell, and I want to finally I conclude with my prayers that may every sentient beings have this wisdom, not only these relative things, but ultimate wisdom. And may all these sentient beings dispel their negative emotions, afflictive emotions with the light of wisdom. And may there be peace and prosperity, harmony in this world. Thank you so much.
Kempo Namjak Dorji, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to say that it's really speaks volumes to the passion and the delivery, that with all the chaos that was happening behind him, he still was engaging and really just grabbed you with it. So, thank you.
All right, we ready? We set? Andrew? We set? Okay. Yep. Okay, so, once again, we are Shakti Bliss Kirtan from Bozeman, Montana. I'm Kathleen Carlson. This is a harmonium, if you haven't seen this instrument before. And this is my husband, Andrew, playing udu drum, which is actually originally an African instrument. And this is Mahima Giri, who will be playing kartals, so the little hand cymbals, and singing. They'll both be singing. And Marius Michael George playing tabla, and then Paul Bohak playing bass. So we've been doing kirtan, some of us together, for a couple of years now in Bozeman. And we actually just finished recording our first album, but it's not out yet. It's still in production. So the songs that we're going to sing today are kirtan style, which means that some of the songs will be call and response. So that's why there's some sheets that have been circulated, and you might have to share a little bit. And some of the songs will be I sing a line, and then everybody sings a line. And so everyone else in the band will sing that line, so you won't be singing alone. And then we'll do a couple that are also everybody just sings together whenever you're comfortable. You don't need to sing. If you just want to meditate, that's great. You know, if you just want to dance, you know, whatever. A number of our songs are more meditative kind of songs, and then we'll throw in one that's a little more fast-paced. So the first song is Sita Ram, and this is from the Hindu tradition. So Sita and Ram are a pair. Sita is the feminine, and then Ram is the masculine. And they are the hero and heroine of the ancient Hindu epic, the Ramayana. And the words to the song, Sita Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai means victory, so this is saying the names of Sita and Ram and victory to Ram. So kirtan happens on a lot of different levels. One level is the mythology, you know, the religious background for it. And another level is the physical level of this. So one of the reasons why this is in Sanskrit is that there is a science to Sanskrit. So like acupuncture, you have meridians, and as you sing, your tongue is touching the end of several of those meridians. So you have 84 meridians that end in your mouth. So each language has a different characteristic. So with Sanskrit, there are more of the sounds that are stimulating those different meridians. So Sita, for example, the C is a very concentrated sound, and then Ta is an opening sound. So Ah is like the sound of the heart. So you can also look at it on that level, that these are like mnemonics that were developed by the rishis, because this is a form of yoga. So this is mantra yoga. And as you sing Si Ta, it's like the yin and the yang. So it's like Si is stimulating for the nervous system, and then Ta is an opening sound that is harmonious for the heart. So if you want to look at it from a yoga perspective, all of the different names and all of the different mantras are working on a physical level as well. But you don't have to remember any of that. We'll just sing the pronunciation for this one is very simple. We tend to do kirtan that is at a very accessible level. So tends to be very simple phrases that are easy to pick up and learn if you would like to sing along. So the next chant is from the Buddhist tradition. So this Padma Devi chant, this is to one of the consorts of the 5 Dhyana Buddhas, and those of you who are Buddhists probably know way, way more than I do about this. But I found a Buddhist scholar online, Vesantara, who is in England, and he wrote a book called Female Deities in Buddhism. And Shakti Bliss, the name of our band, Shakti means the God as the feminine, so it's like the feminine energy that pervades the universe, which brings bliss. And the masculine energy is more the container. So the feminine Buddhas are not as well known in many cases as the masculine Buddhas. So he wrote this whole book, and he put information online, and I found his mantras, so I wrote chants to each of the female Buddhas. So this one, Padma Devi means Queen of the Lotus, and Puspa Devi means the Queen of Flowers. So this is just a very simple chant that we can, if you'd like to join in, we can all sing together. To Panda Varasini is the name of the female Buddha. our next chant is to Lalita, who is a lesser-known Hindu goddess. She's a very pink goddess, so there's a lot of iconography that goes along with all of the Hindu goddesses. So Lalita is sitting on a beautiful throne. She's a young woman, and she holds 5 arrows in one hand. She holds a goad in the other hand, and then she has a lasso, I think, which must be sitting on her lap. And so her role, my papers are blowing around here. So her role is, if she sees a devotee that is departing from the spiritual path, then the first thing she does is she prods them with a goad. And if that doesn't work, then she uses the arrows. And if that doesn't work, then she just uses her lasso and lassos them and pulls them into her lap. So she's a very loving Hindu goddess as compared to some of the more ferocious Hindu goddesses. So this is to Lalita. Shanti, Shanti Om is just peace. Jaya Ma Lalita, so victory to the Divine Mother as Lalita in that form. And then Ma Amba is Mother of the Universe, which I think is really cool. And then Devi Devi Sundari, so Devi is the feminine form of the word Deva. So Devi is just God in feminine form, and Sundari is beautiful. So the beautiful goddess in feminine form. And this is call and response. So I'll sing a line, and then you all can sing a line along with the rest of the band here. Shanti, Shanti Om, Shanti, Shanti Om, Jaya Ma Lalita, Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om, Shanti, Shanti Om, Jaya Ma Lalita, Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om, Shanti, Shanti Om, Jaya Ma Lalita, Shanti Om.
Shanti, Sundari Jaya Ma.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Amba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Mamba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Amba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Mamba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Amba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Mamba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti, Shanti Om. Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Amba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Mamba Jaya Ma Lalita. Devi Devi Sundari Jaya Ma.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Jaya Ma Lalita. Shanti Om.
Shanti,
next one is back to a Buddhist tradition. This is Om Tare Tu Tare. And Tara, of course, is the goddess whose name means the shining one, to carry a cross. So she is a star of light to follow. And the words here, Om Tare Tu Tare, Ture Swaha, are plays on her name. So it's variations of her name. Like my name is Kathleen, but I could also be Catherine, Kate, Kathy. So it's that kind of thing. So it's all her name. And you can just join in with this one if and when you feel like it.
What are we doing?
So this is a chant, you don't have it on your sheet there, but there are only 2 words in the chant. So I think it'll be fine. Deva Kinandana Gopala. That's it. So Deva Kinandana, Devaki, is the name of Krishna. So this is a chant to Krishna, and Gopala is a childhood name of Krishna. So Deva Kinandana means Gopala is the joy or the bliss of his mother, Devaki. So this chant has a lot of personal meaning for me. My husband and I have 5 children, and we have 4 sons. So this is like, the meaning of this is like the son is the joy of his mother. So my daughter is a joy as well, but the sons are definitely the joy of the mother. So Devakanandana Gopala. And you can just join in at any point. There's a few simple melodies that you'll hear recurring. So we have one last chant, which is probably one of the most well-known mantras in all of Kirtan, and that is Loka Samasta. So this is a slower chant, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, and that means may all beings be happy and free, and may my life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom of all. So this is, if you can really mean the words of this is a very serious prayer, you know. May all beings be happy and free, not only the people that I love, but the people that maybe I don't love quite so much. So this is really an incredible prayer. So the words are Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. most challenging thing about that chant is if you think a lot about the words, it's hard to sing it without crying for me. So that's a good chant for a peace festival, because if we really wish that all beings are happy and free, I guess there would be peace. So thank you very much. We have a booth over about halfway across over there. If you're interested in mantras and the science of mantras, all of the research that is being done scientifically now on mantras, I have a book that I published earlier this year, Vocal Medicine. And we also have a lot of information there, articles that I've written available for free, so come and take anything that you're interested in. And a sign-up sheet if you would like to know when we're doing events. We're currently doing events in Bozeman and Livingston, but we would love to come and do events in other areas of Montana as well. So please let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you.